Hello everybody, how you doing today? I'm Superfiend and welcome back to Whacky World. So we're going to pick up where we left off, decorating our little hidden temple lost civilization area, adding some pirate stuff to it. I've gone ahead here and searched through the scenery and building pieces and laid out some scenery items that I thought might be useful or interesting to add in here. Again, it's a lot easier to build things when you just lay it all out like this, and then you can just look at it as you need to. So we got some doors and windows, some decorations, a little bit of shop awnings, some bells, flags, a few different lights, the unfortunate skeleton here, some other things that could be used as fences or decks or other items. I went through and picked out some of the column pieces. I know that some of those were over there, but I moved them over here for the sake of convenience. These might be used in the hidden civilization scenery pieces. We got these big boats. I don't know if I'll use these until we actually get some water. And we've got some huts, little pirate beach huts, another unfortunate skeleton guy, loading docks, wheels, various nets and barrels, ropes, things you'd see in a cargo area, which is also over here also, some more items. And we got some different trees and some scaffolding. Even wenches love flowers, so you know we might put some flowers outside of one of the pirate windows. And some different campsites, piers, the pirate mast, and some hay, a few other items. So let's go ahead and fill this area in some. The first thing I want to do is I want to move this ride. I think it's going to end up, let's see, kind of more like this. So as you walk in, here's the ride staring at you. And let's see, we'll probably, I think we're going to put it maybe about here. And let's go ahead and place the entrance for this ride. Let's move it all the way like this, and let's place the exit. That way we'll have these mapped out for us, and we'll just, let's see. We'll just put the exit right there. Again, when the mechanic walks in, he has to walk over and get access to this panel. So we want to make sure he has a convenient means to do so. And we may change things later, but just to keep things consistent with the rest of the park, we're going to use the same paths for the exits. Of course, this is its own themed area. We'll probably come back in and change the paths a little bit to something that's more suitable to this area. We'll just see how that happens later, if we do anything at all. And what were we using? We were using wood. I don't think wood is fitting for in here. I think for now, we'll just go with a simple gravel path. And let's see. And we'll just kind of do like so. And let's lengthen it out just a little bit. Let's see, shorten this one. Let's see here. There we go. So we've got a basic path for this. We could always clean it up a little bit later. It's not really uniform, but you know what? Who cares? So now that we've done that and we kind of know where this path is going to go and where this other scenery is, we can see that there's plenty of room for kind of what we want to do here, or at least what I would like to do. So the first thing we're going to do is let's go ahead and grab the smaller scaffolding. We'll duplicate that and just add it to this building really quick, and then go into edit mode on the building. And let's just move this around a little bit. So let's see, what would a pirate do? I don't know. They might have it like so, and then we'll, oops, looks like control. Okay, and let's just duplicate that, and we'll kind of bump it up here. We'll rotate it a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Leave that one be. Let's go ahead and grab this one, move it over. There we go. And we'll set that like that. So we got a couple pieces of scaffolding there. let's go ahead and build a small building on top. So we need to leave this building and start a new one. I said I was going to use the lime plaster for the pirate architecture. And we'll probably use some of the wood planks, wood batten. And we're just going to make a little square building. Nothing too fancy. And let's see, what kind of roof do we want to put on top of this? I think a slanted tile might work good. Something like this. Let's see. Oops. How did that get in such a wrong spot? And let's see. We don't have any flat roof pieces, I don't think. Yeah, what is this? Ridge tile. I don't think there's one that's flat. So we could just go ahead and duplicate the same thing. Like that. And then, whoops, come back into here. And we need some triangular pieces. I think these are the ones at 2 meters. Okay, let's exit and then move this building, and we're just going to stick it right on top of this thing. Go into advanced move. And we're going to rotate it a little bit, because I think that'll just be more interesting to do it that way. It's hanging off the back here, so let's just slide it on over. Maybe we'll rotate it a little bit less, because I would like to have a little room here for the supposed pirates to walk by. Okay, so let's go back into editing that building. Let's go find a door for it. Let's see. It's a nice piratey door. I think we'll use this one. Had to leave the editing on the building to be able to pick it up. There we go. And we'll just set this here. And let's see, what else do we want? Maybe put an awning over the door. We'll just add that to the building. Since I have to leave the building editing every time I want to like pick up a piece and add it over there, I'm just going to go ahead and add a couple real quick and then go fix them up. And then go into the building editor and fix it. Okay, so we'll get this one too. Okay, so now let's come over here, edit this building, and we'll move this, and we'll just add a couple windows here, like that. We'll fix this thing. And let's see, this little square window, move him, put it up top, and we'll duplicate it, slide it over. How does it, do we have to rotate it too? Looks like we have to rotate it as well. There we go. And this one here, let's go ahead and advance move. Just going to set these up like this. Does this make sense why they're up here? I have no idea. Does it matter? Absolutely not. Ooh, where'd that one go? And can we fit like one more in here? I think we can. There we go. So that'll look like that. And if we just take a couple more of these, holding down Control. There we go. And how do we make it look piratey? We start putting some of the other pirate decorations on and around it. So let's see, what am I going to put on this one? Let's grab a couple more. Let's put these things on it. And let's see, what else could we add to this building? a nice little skull. And let's see, what else? We don't want to overdo it. Let's decorate the sides maybe a little bit with some of this stone trim. And let's see, what else could we add? That's probably good for now. Let's just go ahead and clean up these last little pieces that we added to this thing. It's going to be crooked because pirates aren't great architects. Let's see. Kind of wanted to, as we get in here, if we put a little bit of brush and stuff, you know, what's this going to look like? I think it'll be okay. It'll be passable. Let's pick this piece up and move it. We'll just set it right here. These are actually fairly bright in the nighttime. Set the lighting to 2 a.m. and you can kind of see that. 2 p.m. And now this stone coin, I don't know how you pronounce that. Not gonna stress out over it. So we'll just set this like so and sink it in a little bit more here so it's barely visible. And if we duplicate, how will it look if we move it over here? We're gonna need to rotate it. There we go. Barely visible. Barely visible. And then we'll move it over here. So, oops. One more rotation of 90 degrees. Just watching it up here, barely visible. There we go, a little bit of a pirate building. A little bit plain on the back. Let's go ahead and add a, what could we add on the back here? Just make it a little bit interesting, I know. We'll make a new building. And let's go ahead and get the walls. Let's see, so we'll just do this. Real simple. Nothing too fancy. And we use the ridge tile, so we'll just use it again. And we'll go back to the lime plaster. And let's see. Go ahead and move this. So we don't need it to be that tall. I don't know about there. Let's rotate it. Now this one's rotated and this one's rotated, so they're slightly off. To me, that works out well for this crudely constructed pirate building. And let's just go ahead and we'll take this, pull it off. We'll add it to this building here, and I'm not going to worry about the back. I don't think anybody's ever going to see it. I don't know if this building's ever going to be seen from this side. So right now we'll just worry about this. And so our little guests here, as they're in line here, they come around and they go, ooh, look at the little pirate building. Pirate scaffolding. How neat. And, whoops. So now the other thing I want to do is we're making this kind of like the pirates took over. So they might be walking up around here. So let's go ahead and just build kind of a crude little fencing. Let's see. We duplicate this and move it over here to our little guy. That's a big fence. So let's just go ahead and act like this is a fence. And actually, you know what, we're going to add it to that building. There we go. And because we're still using angle snap of 15-degree increments, everything is always like 15 degrees off from anything next to it. So that's why we can add it to this building and make it a part of this building, but still line it up nicely with this sandstone platform that we made earlier. And so let's see. About there's good. And we're just going to duplicate this. Leave a few holes in it. That doesn't matter. And we're not going to worry about coming around the corner here perfectly. There we go. And we're not going to worry about lining it up perfectly here on the edge like we did over there, because slight imperfections actually look a little bit more realistic, I think, for this style of architecture. We're going to go ahead and pick up this wooden pole that I set out earlier. Again, this is why it's really nice to set your pieces out in a haphazard fashion, and then you can just quickly go over there and pick something up instead of rooting around for it in the menus. Okay, so we added it to that building, and now we're just going to move it, and let's see. Oops, no. I don't want to line it up with that, and what we'll do is we'll just sync it. Oops, wrong one. Wanted the blue arrow. We'll go to about there. And then we'll duplicate it and move it over. And, oops, which one do we want? We want the green arrow. Okay. Now if I grab this one and we duplicate them, hold down Control, we'll duplicate them. Let's see, to about here. And hold down Control. And I was just watching it line up over there. We'll do it again over here. A little bit more this way. There we go. And we'll do that one more time. And then we'll take all three of these, because it's poking out the edge there, and we'll just move them back. Maybe move it there, rotate it, and let's see, we'll just fidget with this just a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to take this one and move it back ever so slightly. Imperfections are good, but I don't think I want it poking out of the stone. So like this kind of imperfection is better than the imperfection of it poking out of the stone. And let's see, we got one right here, and add this one too. We can select it. Not the scaffolding, I want this piece. All right, so what we'll do is we'll just move the scaffolding, then we'll get the piece. There we go. And then we'll put the scaffolding back. Okay, so I'm happy with the way that looks. And just to get an idea, how many scenery pieces did we use? If we select those two buildings, 3 buildings, 86 scenery pieces. Is that really 3 buildings? Oh yeah, it is 3 buildings because this was a building too. So less than 100 scenery pieces to kind of put that together like that. And again, I want to decorate this whole park, maybe not the whole park to the level of detail that this pirate jungle in this western area will be. But if you're intending to decorate the whole park, or as much of it as possible, then you do kind of have to limit yourself. You can't, use 400 scenery pieces on this one little bit right here. You kind of got to adopt a less is more philosophy. Let's go ahead and build another little building right over here. I think this one we're going to use wood. So let's go ahead and let's use wood plank. I want to use natural wood plank. There we go. And let's see. Just go ahead. I'm just thinking, how do I want this to line up here? Oh, whoops, it didn't add the building, so that's why we're going to go build it on the ground first. And this one's actually just not going to be very big. And let's see. We're going to go ahead and just put kind of flat corrugated metal. I know I got those out. Where are they? There they are. So we're going to go ahead and duplicate that and just tack it to the building there. We're going to duplicate this one, tack it to the building, and we're going to duplicate this one, tack it to the building also. And now we can move this piece. There we go. That kind of looks about where I want it. And we'll duplicate it. Duplicate it. Now we'll move them both. And we want to move them kind of in and up. I want to duplicate them again. This time though, I want to rotate them so that they're flat. We're going to use the world axes. Oops. There we go. We'll just do that. And let's see. Do we even need these pieces? We may not even need them. Let's just see what we can do with this. Yeah, I don't know that we even need this piece. Well, maybe if we do something like this. Yeah, I think we'll do that. And then there's another one here. So I guess this one will be this way, and we'll just go up, over, and slide it in here. No. Maybe this way. I don't use these free-floating metal corrugated pieces very often, so I don't really have a plan for this. But you know, I'm just going to leave it like that, so it looks like silly little wings. And let's go back to this building here, and let's just see if we can't fill in that little gap that was made. This is good enough. I'm not bothered by the fact that it pokes out like that. Okay, there we go. Kind of an odd little building there, and we're just going to go ahead. We'll put this on here. Do a little bit of an off rotation. Lift it up. I'm going to make this one a little bit shorter, so I'm going to sink it into the ground just a little bit. And let's go find a door and some windows. Let's see. What did we use last time? Did we use the tall curved one? We didn't. So let's go ahead and use this curved window, and we'll just slap it on the building. And let's go ahead and grab this door. I think this one looks good. And we'll add this, although this one's a little too tall. You know what? I don't like that. I don't like that red on the bottom. So if we just sink it till we can't see the red anymore, then the top just kind of fixes itself for us. So I think we'll do that. And let's see. Let me go ahead and use this oriental light. And we'll just add that there. Let's go ahead and edit this and move this window. Now it's a little tall, so I'm going to sink it in just a little and then hold control. I was hoping it would slide over. And we'll put another one on this side. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and do a little bit different fencing along this. Where are the fence pieces that I got out? Did they end up over here? They did. Let's go ahead and use this rope fence. And we're going to go ahead and add it to this building, edit the building, and then we'll move the fence. And again, because everything is just 15 degrees off from everything else, we could do this. Oh. Now we'll just do it like that. And then we'll just slide it over, and maybe this one will rotate slightly off. And then rotate back. There we go. And I think these are a little bit too high for how high that building is. So I'm going to go ahead and select each of them. And I want to just drop them down just a little bit. I'd like to drop them down further. How does this look? Yeah, I think we're going to do it like that. There we go. So now we got some nice little ankle-high fencing up there. And what else can we do here? We could add one more little building here. What do we want it to look like? Let's see. Again, nothing really needs to make sense. So let's just do a... Whoa. Didn't want to do that. Don't know how I ended up there. Let's do lime and... Let's see. This is going to end up really big. Yeah, no, forget it. I'll have to experiment with that a little bit, and then if I like it, maybe we'll throw it in an episode. I think what we're going to do is we're going to end this one right here. We're filling this area in nicely. We kind of know what this ride's going to look like. Let's just see with the scenery the way it is. How's the Q scenery rating? 41%. So once we come back in and add some more bush and some other stuff, terraforming won't affect it, but it will make it look nicer for us, the viewer. Then we can get a nice scenery rating here. We'll move down the line and put a little bit of stuff here. Think about putting that coaster back down here. Maybe the queue can kind of come in through here, and the coaster station will be right here. And we can just make a little upsy downsy and then come back around ride for the kids. Thank you for watching. Tune in for the next one, and we'll just keep fleshing this area out until we can use the main entrance and move things over here. See you next time.